Join me as I take on the challenge of transforming my chaotic classroom into a peaceful learning environment using just 5 simple strategies. When we think of a peaceful classroom, we often imagine a serene and focused space where students are engaged, motivated, and learning at their best. But the reality is that many classrooms are far from peaceful. In fact, they can be chaotic, noisy, and stressful environments that drain the energy of both students and teachers. Have you ever walked into a classroom that felt like a war zone? You know, the kind of space where students are bouncing off the walls, shouting over each other, and completely disconnected from the lesson at hand. That's exactly what many teachers face on a daily basis. It's no wonder that teachers often report feeling exhausted, frustrated, and demotivated. One of the biggest challenges teachers face is getting students to stay on task and focused. You've got Johnny constantly chatting with his friends, Sarah doodling on her notebook, and Michael disrupting the lesson with his constant questions. It's like trying to herd cats, right? And on top of that, you've got the added pressure of meeting curriculum deadlines, managing classroom behaviors, and dealing with difficult parents. So, how do you even begin to create a peaceful classroom when you're faced with so many challenges? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. Over the next few minutes, I'll be sharing 5 simple yet powerful strategies that you can use to transform your chaotic classroom into a haven of peace and learning. So, let's dive into strategy number 1, setting clear expectations. When students know exactly what's expected of them, they're more likely to stay on task and focused. One way to do this is by creating a visual reminders chart that outlines the classroom rules and expectations. You can also establish a morning routine that sets the tone for the rest of the day. For example, you could start with a quick mindfulness exercise or a group discussion to get students engaged and motivated. Strategy number 2 is all about creating a calming environment. Research has shown that the physical environment can have a profound impact on student behavior and learning outcomes. So, try adding some plants to your classroom, using calming colors on the walls, or incorporating natural light. You can also use soft music or nature sounds to create a calming atmosphere. Strategy number 3 is about building positive relationships with your students. When students feel seen, heard, and valued, they're more likely to behave and engage in the lesson. One way to do this is by having regular check-ins with your students, asking them about their interests and hobbies, and showing genuine interest in their lives. You can also use positive language and reinforcement to encourage good behavior. Strategy number 4 is all about using nonverbal cues. Let's face it, some students can be super distractible and hard to manage. But by using nonverbal cues like hand signals or gestures, you can quickly refocus their attention and minimize disruptions. For example, you could use a stop sign with your hand to signal to students that they need to stop talking or return to their seats. Strategy number 5 is about providing choices and autonomy. When students have a sense of control over their learning, they're more likely to take ownership and engage in the lesson. So, try offering choices like, do you want to work on this task individually or in pairs? Or, do you want to use a computer or a workbook for this activity? You can also give students some autonomy over their seating arrangements or the types of projects they want to work on. I'd like to share a compelling success story from a teacher who transformed her classroom using these strategies. Sarah, a 3rd grade teacher, was struggling to manage her classroom behavior and engagement. She started implementing some of the strategies we discussed today, like setting clear expectations and creating a calming environment. Within just a few weeks, she noticed a dramatic reduction in disruptions and a significant improvement in student engagement. Her students were more focused, motivated, and excited to learn. In conclusion, creating a peaceful classroom doesn't have to be a pipe dream. By implementing these 5 simple strategies, you can transform your chaotic classroom into a haven of peace and learning. Remember, it's all about setting clear expectations, creating a calming environment, building positive relationships, using nonverbal cues, and providing choices and autonomy. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite strategy for creating a peaceful classroom? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. And if you're looking for more classroom management tips and strategies, be sure to check out my next video on how to manage classroom behaviors without losing your mind.